So like I took this, I found this kick with like this almost like a reverb on it, and I tuned it down. So like this is what it sounded like before, right? And then I just tuned it all the way down. So it really just like made the kick that much wider. I don't know, back then I was just throwing stuff together. I wasn't even thinking, you know what I mean? So I would just start with that.
So that's re-drum you're using?
That's the go-to in Reason. Because you could flip it in the back, you could wire, these are all going through separate channels, link all the sounds together.
Yep.
So like I added this to it, which is like sounds like some West Coast, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mainly did a lot of stuff unquantized.
Yeah, that's the character.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna quantize it a little bit. And then I would add like something like this in the back just to give it like
punch.
And just like another rhythmic element. You don't really necessarily hear it. Exactly. Yeah. So that's, go back to this. Yeah, so once I have that, like, I'll just try different sounds and like just start playing stuff myself.
Yep.
Because when I worked on the Beg for Mercy album, I sampled like some Canadian prog rock group and they killed me on the sample and I was like, man, I gotta start learning how to play. I gotta play something. You know what I mean? This was like my first like attempts of me just trying to like play something that just doesn't sound like a generic keyboard sound.
Yep.
So I would go to the subtractor and just fool around with it a little bit.
Yeah, the subtractor is fire, bro.
Yeah, subtractor is incredible. So like I start with this sound, and then you add the RV7000 to it.
Yep.
And there's a setting called Kick Bomb, which adds like a lot of tail to it. So when you turn it on, woo, see, it already changes the character of the sound. But to get rid of that tail, like I wanted it to have a choppy kind of sound. They have this gate.
Yep.
Inside of this device.
Uh-huh.
And so you hit the gate enable and then you just kind of tweak it so you can see.
Wow.
See how it like kind of cuts it off?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's sick.
Real simple progression. That was like
super ill.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that was my whole thing. I would spend a lot of time just sound design, trying to come up with something that sounded like a sample or, you know what I mean, that gave you that feel. And then like once I had the sound, I would just try to play it in. So, and it was super sloppy, but we're gonna do it again.
If I'm any rapper, I walk in the room, I hear this immediately. I need this.
I mean, I was super influenced by New York hip hop, you know what I mean? So I love street New York hip hop. So missing being on Get Rich or Die Trying, it was like, man, I gotta work with 50, you know what I mean? Everybody wanted to work with him at the time. But then I would add like, they have the Dr. Rex loop player. You could like literally drag and drop loops, like this. So just add like another rhythmic element to it.
Yep.
I was so influenced by Dre at the time and like just that whole Aftermath sound. So being over there, you know what I mean? It was like
the turnarounds.
Yeah, the turnarounds and like sparse beat with the interesting little elements that would come in and out, you know what I mean? So like I started making like, in Reason you can make combinator patches, which is where you can take all the devices and stack them into one sound and save it as one patch. I made, this is a sound that I made with like 2 NNXTs stacked on top of each other with like a Selena sound. So yeah, I would add like just a turnaround. It's just like these little elements that, you know what I mean? It's like that turnaround just adds another little special moment to it, you know? And then you just keep stacking from there. It's like they have another device called the Maelstrom.
Okay, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can remember the chords from it. There's different ones too. Hold on. Yeah, the Maelstrom has like its own, almost like samples inside of it, like male choir, and you can make different combinations of the two. It has like 2 oscillators with their own sounds. And
so you're not mad at the instruments that come with Reason versus
to
other
me,
VSTs?
They have one of the best DAW-like libraries, I think, like, period. And just the fact that you can manipulate it so many different ways, making stuff that people haven't really heard before, they're like, what is that? You know what I mean? That's like really important. That's why like I spend so much time working on my sounds, because I feel like that's what caught Dre's ear. You know what I mean? He's like, what are you doing? Like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Reason allows you to experiment that way. It's like you can just keep stacking, you can keep searching for different sounds, and it's pretty simple. Oh, there it is. I figured it out.
See, it always happens when you started.
I'm telling you, I never would have remembered. That's crazy. I think there's a few other notes in there. Well, let's see. Yeah, add that on top too.
It's an incredible beat. Incredible beat.
I mean, that's the crazy part. It's like, it's pretty simple. I think that's why you know, they loved it so much, because it was so simple and open.
Enough room. Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Exactly.
Any ways that you fight away from hi-hats? Do you like hi-hats?
Yeah, I mean, I spend
sound effects.
At the beginning, there's like a gunshot thing that I use. So you have, yeah. And then I think there was like a backward cymbal going into the beat. Here, hold on. Yeah, there it is.
I found it.
I'm like, where the hell is this thing? Yeah, that's basically it right
that's
there.
Amazing. That's amazing right there. I also don't ask this question to a lot of people. Pitching down or pitching up? What's your favorite thing to do?
Pitch up.
Pitch up is favorite?
I like to pitch up, especially if I'm making samples. I don't know, something about pitching it up. If you have, and it's just the melodies. I don't know, like, it's just like when I used to pitch up records, you know, when everybody was going through that thing where everyone was doing the chipmunk sound, but I felt like I was doing that with prog rock records, and like all those melodies I heard and all that counterpoint, all that stuff that's going on in that music.
Yep.
I internalized that. Like, I feel like that comes out of my music somehow. When I made beats, I always kept a record playing. Like, there was never a time where there was just silence. And like, we all internalize all these melodies, these records that we listen to. That's what makes us good producers.
Then this is the only question that ends the episode. Yeah. Do you put things on your master or do you not?
Depends on which era. There was one point when I did kind of like a big deal. The reason why that beat sounds like that is because I put the mastering suite from Reason on it and all the beats I was doing at that time. So it gave it that really smashed, over compressed sound, and everybody loved it.
Why did you do that?
It was by accident. Because if you took the mastering suite off,
Yeah.
it sounded crazy. I didn't even understand how it was working because it was compressing everything. So I was playing stuff super loud. So when you took it off, it was just like distorted, loud. So it somehow controlled the chaos. So it was literally by accident how I did that. Pusha T was like, man, I love the way the beat, it's like almost like side chaining, it was like, it had this like pumping kind of vibe to it.
Accident.
On purpose, I was completely by accident. So, but that became like a sound. That was like an era of my sound at that time. And then it was just too hard to mix. We mixed kind of like a big deal, like 4 times. Mike Dean did the first mix. I got one of Dre's main guys, Steve B, he did it. And then we just ended up doing it back in my studio because I had to stem it out, like sub-mix it, and then we mixed it to make it sound like, because Pusha T was like, it doesn't sound the same, so.
He should have just used the whole 2-track.
Yeah, that's basically what we did.
Trick.
Exactly. Another lesson learned, you know what I mean?
Another lesson learned. It's Don Cannon, DJ Khalil, the legend. Make sure you go and shop TmrO.com and get all the new stuff. And also, man, like and subscribe. Another legendary episode right here with the GOAT.